Hi everyone, Sophie Orozco from Sophie Orozco Coaching. I go into everything relationships and marriage on my channel, so hit the subscribe button below. I release a video at least once a week. All right, so in this video, I want to talk about getting your needs met in a relationship. So if you're anything like me, in the bad old days of my marriage, I felt like I could not get what I needed in my marriage. And I would complain constantly complain to my husband that I wasn't getting my needs met, that I needed more help, that I needed more support, that I wasn't getting what I needed. And what it did is it seemed to get me less of what I wanted, right? So then the vicious cycle continued. My husband would complain more. He would retreat more. He didn't want to help me. I got more mad. I nagged him more. And we're in this vicious cycle of me trying to get my needs met, my husband withdrawing, getting more angry, not wanting to help me. And I felt like I was stuck between a rock and a hard place. So I don't know if you can relate at all, but that was my situation. And actually what I help my clients with today in my programs, Relationship Miracle Method, and in working with me one-on-one in high-level coaching is to really understand, firstly, what do you need? And it sounds like the silliest thing, right? What do you need? What do you want? But a lot of the time, I had no idea about what I wanted, but I sure as heck knew what I didn't want. And so I was complaining all day, all night, trying to get my needs met. And what I was not doing was expressing what I actually needed, what I actually wanted, and what I really, really was craving. And so I want you to ask yourself, what is it that you really need? Because this leads me to my next point. Do you really need that thing done by your husband? Or is it that you're just so depleted and you haven't had the time to take care of yourself that you're feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, resentful, right? In that case, it's been my experience that leads us into the depletion resentment cycle. And again, just like the complaining withdrawal cycle, the depletion and resentment cycle keeps us trapped. We're depleted. We're not taking care of ourselves. We are exhausted, right? As women, we have so many responsibilities that we put ourselves last on the list every single time. And then because we're so mad at the situation, we're so mad about how exhausted we are and how we put ourselves last, that we try to make it somebody else's fault. And usually the person closest to us is our husband. So I want you, or your spouse or your partner. So I want you to think about, am I really, really not getting what I need? And is this something I need from him? Is this something I need from them? Or is this something I need from myself? Or is this something that I can get in another way, right? Like maybe if you feel like he's never spending time with you and you really need someone to spend time with, is it that you need more socialization? Is it that you need more girlfriends? Is it that you need to maybe join a club, right? Or a book club or something like that. So I want you to think about that. The next thing I really want you to ask yourself is, how have you been showing up? Because what tends to happen, and I know for me, is that I'll take this one, I'll share with you my experience. I became really, really miserable and grumpy and prickly and difficult to be around. And then from that place, I was trying to get my husband to hang out with me, right? You never spend any time with me. And I was so grumpy and difficult to be around. But of course, logically, right? Now I can see that why would he want to spend time with me when I was really unpleasant to be around, right? But we end up getting into a space where we feel, or generally, right, people feel like because we're married, they have to do what we want them to do. We're married. They must do it, right? They have to meet our every need. But actually, like just because you signed a legal document doesn't mean somebody is then, employed by you for free, that they need to do everything for you, that they need to spend time with you, right? It's actually a want. It should be a want to spend time with you, not that you're forcing them to spend time with you because against their will, right? As to say. So coming back to my question, how are you showing up? Let's be honest. How are you showing up? Are you grumpy? I had a scowl on my face all the time. Are you unpleasant to be around? Are you prickly? Are you really defensive? Are you difficult? Because from that space, it's very hard for anyone to come in and give you what you need, right? So are you being receptive? And I'd love to invite you to watch my videos on feminine energy, because this is going to help you show how to soften that, right? How to get into the receiving mode. Because when we're in the receiving mode, we can actually receive what it is that our spouse is trying to give us. And most of the time, it's there. It's been there all along. It's really been there all along. We just haven't been able to see it. All right. See you in the next video. Hit the subscribe button below. If you want to contact me, if you're interested in working with me, you can. There's lots of links here on YouTube, and you can also head over to Instagram and message me there, DM me there. All right. See you soon. Bye, everyone.